Hello, today we are recording from Stavanger in Norway. And it is my pleasure to welcome Odd Magne from Norwegian Jakob Hatteland Computer. Odd is the Chief Sales Officer for Rambase, Hatteland's ERP offering.
Thank you for having me.
Odd, it is certainly my pleasure. So, Rambase is a cloud-based ERP system for high-tech and electronics manufacturing, metal fabrication, industrial machinery and equipment, automotive, high-tech and electronics distribution, wholesale distribution, auction, aquaculture, and oil and gas. Gee, that was a long one. Did I get it right?
Yes, as you say, Rambase is Hatteland's multi-tenant ERP solution offered on a pure subscription basis to those industries. What I like to say to the customers we talk to is that Rambase is for industries that produce or sell stuff and are more than average interested in documentation and quality and traceability.
Okay, I think your shorter version may be easier to remember. Today, however, we are mainly going to talk about the business opportunity that you offer your resellers. As many of those who may listen to this podcast are new to Rambase, I suggest you introduce just briefly why is Rambase the better alternative than all the other ERP solutions that are available for the industries and type of customers that you address?
Yeah, the answer to why Rambase is the better alternative obviously depends on the customer's preference compared to the various formats offered by the ERP vendors. Let me explain. So in the ERP industry, we have two main delivery formats, the platform format and the industry-specific format. The platform format, where we could say that Microsoft is maybe the leading supplier, leaves it to the business partners to adapt the software for specific industries. Microsoft offers a generic product platform and the partners refine it to various industries and customers. With the industry-specific format that we use, we have chosen the vertical market segments that our software will support and only ask our partners to customize and implement it for the individual customer. And for those industries that we then support, our software should be closer to the customer's requirement than the platform products will be. Customers can rely on us, the original software vendor, to keep the software up to date, to match their current and future requirements. And our main strategy is that for these micro verticals that we are targeting, Rambase is going to have the functionality and process depth to be at the same level as the so-called best-of-breed solutions.
All right. So the main subject of our conversation today is your partner program. But before we dig into details on that, I would like to ask you, why have you chosen the indirect go-to-market approach in the first place? Why don't you just serve the customers directly?
The short answer to that is that there is already an established channel serving the types of customers we target. So we consider using this channel to be a more cost-efficient approach for us, for the partners, and certainly for the customers. So, and let me explain why I believe so. So, even if ERP has a long history and has been around from maybe the late 60s, it was maybe in the 70s and 80s is kind of proliferated into all business segments. And today it's a very mature market and it's well organized into three segments. You have the SOHO market, the small office and home office market, the mid-market, and the enterprise market. For the SOHO market, mostly the vendors go directly to the market. There's no need for a reseller channel. The solutions are maybe simpler, easier to roll out at a volume level, so most of the vendors go direct. And some of the same things you see on the enterprise side. The deals are huge, they are strategic deals, they are very long sales cycles. So there's no need or the risk for a channel partner to be in the middle of the squeeze between the huge customer and huge vendor is too big. But for the mid-market, there has for a long time been a very wide and well built out channel that target this market in the various countries. And Rambase is a mid-market product. And if we were to build the capacity to serve our customers directly, then we would need to target directly these resellers and get the people from them and hire from them. And that, of course, again, would require a quite different organization on our behalf. And we have come to the conclusion, right or wrong, but that to sign up and work together with these partners is a much better way than kind of targeting and competing with their staff. So we have designed an attractive value proposition for the partners that are interested in working with us. And finally, I also want to say that we quite admire the competency of these partners. They have built the knowledge, both the local industry knowledge, the geographical knowledge, for decades, and some of them has an immense kind of the record of what types of companies they have been with for many years, implementing and supporting is very impressive. So to be able to tap into this industry knowledge and the local industry knowledge, that's a thing we believe heavily in.
Okay, that certainly makes sense. For the industry segments that you serve, your software is closer to the needs of the customer. Is that correctly understood?
Yes, we believe that our offering is more attractive for the customers in this industry, since it makes Rambase faster to implement. And with our software, the implementation for customers will be faster, less expensive, and less risky.
Okay, so let's assume that you're right. Doesn't that make your partner's value proposition less attractive? And let me explain why I say that. Resellers of ERP software, they make their money on making extensions to the software. And that comes in terms of modules, customization, integration, implementation, training, and so on. It sounds to me that those elements are richer with a platform product such as Microsoft than with an industry-specific format such as Rambase. Is that right?
Yes, I think you're absolutely right. But our objective is not to make a partner attractive product at the expense of our customers. Our objective is to make a customer attractive product. And to do so, we have chosen the industry segments that we thoroughly understand, and reading into our history and background, you will see where this expertise originates. And we have then designed a partner program that makes it attractive for our partners to serve our customers with this value proposition. And there are at least two different ways of succeeding with this for the partners. They can focus on really standardized solutions and go for speed and volume, or they can focus on delivering more services around the Rambase ERP system, like many of our partners do today, like integration services, modification, or even accounting services and other advisory services.
Okay, so what I hear you say is that the value elements for your partners are maybe different from the platform vendors, but they are just as attractive. Did I get that right?
Yes, because there may not be so much need for developing core functionality, which is something I think the customer actually will appreciate. But services such as consulting, process optimization, and integration, and there's still a platform around Rambase as well. So development of integrations and modifications is still a thing that needs attention from the partners. And also, of course, ongoing support is always required, and for the partners to offer attractive opportunities for delivering professional services to the customers in the whole life cycle of the product.
Okay, so now let's face the brutal facts. You apparently have a great product, but you are the new kids on the block, and you are a challenger in this established ERP market. How can you create more awareness towards your brand and become an attractive vendor for the ERP channel?
Our ambition is not to be attractive for all partners. As we do not offer a generic platform product, we will never have as many partners as, for instance, Microsoft. But we are we are not so unknown as you indicate. To boast a little bit on our records, we have already been recognized 2 times in Gartner's Magic Quadrant for product-centric cloud ERP. So we are being recognized. On the other hand, the fact that we are the new kids on the block actually makes us attractive to a certain segment of the ERP reseller channel. And let me explain why that might be the case. Because the shift in customer demand from on-premises and single-tenant solutions to cloud, multi-tenant, and software as a service has opened up the market. 20 years ago, most of us thought that the ERP market was consolidating, and it actually was at that time. Microsoft acquired Great Plains and Navision. Infor was born, acquiring different companies. SAP bought Top Manage to kind of get into the mid-market. But cloud technology and the SaaS format opened the door for new vendors, and they've flooded into the market, both within ERP but also other segments. And we are a true multi-tenant cloud ERP solution for a very specific vertical market. And the demand for such solutions, bringing down the cost of customization, implementation, like we talked about, and ongoing support are on the rise. So a part of the resellers, ERP reseller channel understands this shift and are looking for a new vendor relationship. And those are, of course, the partners that we would like to talk to.
Okay, so there are ERP resellers out there looking for the type of solution that your customers now prefer and ask for. And that answer could be Rambase. I do get that. But how do you compensate for being a new brand? I suppose your partners cannot expect to be just fulfilling captive demand. Don't they need to actively generate business for you?
Yeah, that's correct. However, again, there are 2 sides to that coin as well, because we do recognize the need for building a brand and creating awareness in the market segments that we serve. And as we have chosen to serve the market through a selected channel of resellers, we work really closely together with them and with each of them to build their own market, to build a market awareness, generate leads for the partners, and running the sales projects, and also performing successful implementations together, so they're not left alone. We invest heavily in our own partners because we see that each of them making significant contribution. Each of them can make a significant contribution to our success. So I think you can use the principle from the law of diffusion of innovation of this context, because partners with a visionary mindset can get very special treatment with us because we are in the stage of building the market.
Okay, so the timing for new partners may be very good right now. But doesn't that mean that as you grow your market and your presence in the market, you will be less motivated to invest so massively in new partners?
Yes, and that's the way the business works for all of us. Those partners that are prepared to take on the challenge of building the market together with us now will be rewarded for their effort and will have a head start on the rest. And we will go a long way to protect the investments they make, of course. Those that come along later will benefit from a bigger brand value that we have created, and then we might not need to invest so massively in creating awareness as we do now. However, I must stress that serving selected industry segments, which is our strategy, will never require a channel with thousands of partners. So our partner channel will always be smaller and more exclusive than that of the platform providers. And for those partners that prefer having their voices heard and enjoy being a bigger customer in a smaller shop, to put it that way, Rambase currently offers an excellent opportunity.
That sounds great, but I assume that Rambase has the ambition of becoming a big shop. You want to be the leading vendor in your segment, I presume. How can you guarantee that the individual partner will always have a strategic position with you?
No one will ever give such a guarantee, I think. But what I say is that we currently probably need the partners more than they need us. And that's why we are prepared to invest in the relationship and help them build their business with Rambase. Such a proposition is not attractive to all partners, I must admit, but I do understand that. But for those who share our perception of the market and of the opportunities in the market, the timing for building a business with Rambase will probably never be better. At this point in time, each new partner is strategic to us and is nursed accordingly. Will that always be the case? Probably not. But today, where else can you go to have someone invest in building a business with innovative cloud-based multi-tenant ERP software for vertical market segments? With Rambase as the product and Hatlen as the company, I'm convinced that we have a very attractive value proposition for the visionary ERP channel partner.
So Odd, can you give us the ultra short version of why it is attractive to become a partner of Hatlen and a reseller of Rambase?
Provided that you serve or want to serve the types of customers that Rambase is designed for, then we currently offer to co-invest in building your business together with us. We invest in onboarding your staff, we invest in joint marketing and lead generation, we invest in pre-sales activities, and we help to implement the first projects. So as a value-added reseller for Rambase, you will have our full attention, and we invest in your business.
So, thank you very much to Odd Magne from Rambase Cloud ERP. Check out rambase.com for partner and customer stories and how to become a partner. Hope that this chat gave you some new perspectives, and thank you very much for listening.